Joe, how do you balance? I mean, it's only the second series, but you need to win an SEC game, but you don't want to press, I'm sure, with the young players. So as a coach, how do you handle that?
Yeah, very much staying in the present for sure. I mean, I always feel like there's things we can learn from our past, and in this past weekend, just being better at executing, being better at making adjustments during the game. I think great teams obviously make good in-game adjustments. I think we can be better at that. But really staying focused on what do we have here? What is the talent we have? Do we have what we need to win games? And I firmly believe we do. I like how talented this team is. I like how athletic we are. So what can we get better at? Execution. Let's make sure when we have a game in hand, we take that game over and win that game. Let's make sure we're executing at the end of the ball game to give ourselves a chance to win. So, but I don't come into this thinking, if we were more talented or if we had a different person in this position. I feel like we've got a really solid competitive team that needs to learn how to win a game and then get on a roll.
Coach, obviously Florida's a top 5 team in the country. What have you and your staff seen in film and that makes them that good?
They're really good at keeping their composure. They're a team that they're not high and low at all. Very consistent in what they bring every game that I've ever coached against them. And they're really talented. So we're going to have to play well to beat them. We understand that. They've got a really good pitching staff. They're 5 deep in their staff, so they can go to anyone at any given time. They've got good depth. And this year, I think they're hitting the ball better than they have in several years, and they've got some good speed. So they pose challenges for every team they play, for sure. But you look at Mississippi State, took one from them last weekend at Florida. So we understand that that's a team that can be beat.
Obviously, first SEC home series of the season. What do you expect crowd-wise, and how excited are you and the rest of the ladies about hosting an SEC series?
Yeah, we're fired up. I mean, it's always fun to come home and open up SEC play, and I think that we've sold a bunch of tickets, and it's going to be a big crowd all 3 days. And our players need that and want that and deserve that. There's nothing like playing at home and having a crowd really get excited and be behind us. So we're looking forward to that. We always say it's our job to create the energy to get the crowd in the game and to get up and make things happen early. But to have a crowd, Tuesday night crowd, we had 5 o'clock on a Tuesday, a really nice crowd, so I expect even bigger crowds this weekend.
So do you get a sense from your team, especially the younger players, maybe they're a little bit more comfortable now that they have an SEC series behind them?
Yeah, I think that's kind of, looming in the background for young players, like what is it going to be like in the SEC? Because everybody's always telling them it's a grind. Hey, these preseason games are nothing compared to what you're going to see in the SEC. And I think sometimes they can get a little too hyped up and maybe a little intimidated by the situation. But they went out there and it's like, wait a minute, if we play better, if we execute a couple of different things, we win that series. And our kids then understand, okay, wait, we're good enough to do this. We're in a situation, a position to win.
What's the status of Herzog and Pointer in the minor? What is their injury or problem?
We're really excited for them. We hope to see them both this weekend. They got some time today. They're on a pitch count, and today they were. And so we will see how that plays out this weekend, but we expect to see both of them out there this weekend. So, when you get a little dinged up, a couple of strains, really, nothing serious, but you got to be careful when you've got all these SEC games. And so we were being overly cautious, not having either of them throw at Auburn. And I really feel like our pitching staff pitched well enough for us to win at Auburn without those two. But this is a weekend that's really big for us, and we need both of them out there.
I was going to say, how much do you feel that's a little bit behind the 8 ball? Because Uribe had the slow start because she had to deal with
it.
So you've missed a lot of innings.
Yeah.
I guess are tough to make up when you don't have that many.
Yeah, it hasn't been an ideal situation for us with pitching because of the injuries and Uribe coming off an injury and just getting back. So I will say I'm proud of our ball club. We haven't been in 2 of the games that we've played, but in all the rest of the games. Our pitchers have really done well and given us a chance to win. And I get excited thinking about how good we'll be when we're at full strength. All right, thanks you guys.